Welcome to the Pin Down. I'm Chris Hazelton. A big month for Michigan Armwrestling in May, starting out on May 3rd and then May 10th. Paul Weber and the Eastsidearmclub bring you back-to-back events. On May 3rd at 5919 Chicago Road in Warren, Michigan, and 36,000 Groesbeck Highway in Clinton Township on May 10th. For more information, check out Eastside Arm Club on Facebook. May 17th, Jerry Bell and the Too Strong For You crew bring Club Warz 9 back to Burton, Michigan. With other Club Warz events not disappointing, you can expect to see a great Supermatches, as well as a 176-pound left-handed round-robin tournament for the vacant 176-pound left-handed Club Warz belt. If your left-hand is not up to par, there's also a 176-pound right-hand round-robin tournament. The winner of that takes home $500 cash. Let's check out some of those upcoming matches. Manni Ironman Ferriulo was set to defend his 176-pound right-handed belt against Josh Koenig. Unfortunately, Manni was injured and is not able to compete. Darga has stepped up and took the match with Koenig. Ferriulo is the current belt holder and has decided to let these two men compete for his belt while he is away. Under the stipulation, he gets the first shot to get it back once he's back to 100%. We'll talk about racing in a bit. He is scheduled for 2 matches. Josh Koenig, this 45-year-old powerhouse, stands tall at 6'2" and weighs 176 pounds. But don't let the seemingly modest weight fool you. Josh Koenig is a titan at the table. He's not just any arm wrestler. He's a national champion who has dominated the state scene for years. Incredibly, Josh has claimed a staggering 23 state titles across 7 states: Ohio, Michigan, Tennessee, West Virginia, Kentucky, Alabama, and adding that to an impressive list, a couple of hard-earned victories in New Jersey. That kind of multi-state dominance is impressive. And speaking of dominance, right now in his home state of Ohio at 176 pounds, Koenig sits at the #1 spot for both his right and left arm. That's a testament to his dedication and skill on both sides of the table. We wanted to know what drives a competitor like Josh, and he shared something truly inspiring. He told us, "What motivates me is my wife and kids to be better than I was yesterday, so maybe better for them. It drives me to be stronger and disciplined through training and life." Landon Jackson versus Nicholas Potter was originally a best-of-5 left-handed match, but has been changed to a right-handed matchup due to Jackson breaking his finger. Nicholas Potter stands at a solid 6 feet tall and currently weighs around 195 pounds. At 19 years old, he's relatively new to the sport, having been arm wrestling about a year and a half. His introduction to the world of arm wrestling came through his friend Mike, and it's clear that the sport has really grabbed his attention. Nicholas describes a strong desire to learn and grow within the arm wrestling community. Ever since that initial introduction, showing his dedication, Nicholas is actively training every Tuesday with Abner Frank in Grip Arm Sport. This is the kind of consistent practice with experienced individuals is crucial for any inspiring arm wrestler looking to improve and make their mark. Keep an eye on Nicholas Potter. He's young, dedicated, and clearly eager to make his presence known in the sport. Landon Jackson, a 19-year-old arm wrestler standing 6'1" and weighing 198 pounds, is rapidly gaining recognition in the sport. He's a teen state champion on his left and a recipient of the Iron Soldier Award, showcasing his dedication and strength. Considered a rising talent in Michigan and nationally, Landon has demonstrated consistent high-level performance at the national level. Notably, he placed second in the left arm category at nationals in the 86 kg plus weight class in the 19 through 21-year-old age group, both this year and last year. Reflecting on his recent performance, Landon mentioned he had a broken finger before the finals. Those last 2 matches fell apart. Despite this challenge, he remains focused on achieving top results at the upcoming Michigan State Championships. Zane Geeting versus Shain in the best-of-5 left-handed match. Zane Geeting is a powerhouse stepping up to the table, who's no stranger to the world of elite strength. Hailing from Beaverton, Michigan, he's a 41-year-old, 5'11", 220-pound force of nature. Now, this isn't just some newcomer looking to test the water. This man has a pedigree in the strength sports that's absolutely jaw-dropping. For over 2 decades, he dominated the powerlifting scene, becoming a state, national, and even an Arnold Classic champion. We're talking about pro totals across 3 different weight classes. And at his peak, he was ranked as high as number 7 in the world in the 220-pound class with mind-blowing best lifts of 740-pound squat, a 440-pound bench press, and a staggering 765-pound deadlift. But this isn't a powerlifting meet, is it? No. For the past year and a half, the Titan of strength has set his sights on conquering a new arena, the arm wrestling table. He's not here just to participate. He's got his eyes firmly set on the top of the 220-pound arm wrestling rankings. He knows it won't be easy, but with his track record and dedication and success, you can bet he's ready for the grind. When he's not running his family's 40-acre sustainable livestock farm with his wife, Zane Geeting, or managing a 5-brand car dealership in Bay City, he's putting in the work. You can find him honing his craft with Phil Aarons and the Tri-City Underdogs out of Clare, Michigan, and regular making the trip to learn from Jerry Bell. This is a man that understands that knowledge is power, and he's soaking up every bit of wisdom so he can reach the pinnacle of this sport. Let's talk about Shain. This is a competitor who is clearly on a determined path to the top. Matt recently achieved a significant milestone by winning the OGP 220-pound belt in a victory against Brandon Clark. This win has clearly ignited a new level of intensity in his training and motivation. You love to see that kind of momentum. Not one to shy away from a challenge, Matt recently stepped up and had a left-handed match against Tim Lewis. Although Tim came out on top that day, and let's be honest, that's no easy feat going against Tim Lewis. Matt recognizes the growth he experienced from that battle. Following that match, Matt has made some strategic additions to his training program. He now is incorporating weekly sessions with some of Michigan's top talent. The #1 right-handed super heavyweight Steven Perez, and the #5 ranked 242-pounder Cody Scalf. This kind of high-level training is undoubtedly paying dividends. Adding to the good news, Matt mentioned that his right shoulder is feeling much better, and that's just fantastic news for any arm wrestler. Meaning he's ready to go, whether it's right-handed or left. He's all in. Matt's message is clear. He's consistently getting stronger and has his sights set firmly on reaching the pinnacle of the sport. While he might keep a low profile, make no mistake, every spare moment he has dedicated to arm wrestling. He's confident that this dedication will become evident in his future performances. Furthermore, Matt has taken his training to the next level by planning to travel and pull against other high-caliber arm wrestlers. This commitment to seeking out competition is a hallmark of someone serious about reaching the top. Keep an eye on Shain. He's Michigan's arm wrestler with a clear vision and the drive to make it happen. Zach Brown versus Brandon Warren in a best-of-5 right-handed match. There's some exciting news on the horizon for Brandon. He's getting ready to welcome his first child to the world, which is a major life event and a whole new adventure. Despite the significant personal development, Brandon remains focused and dedicated to his arm wrestling goals. He's putting in the work, hitting the gym, and training hard in preparation for upcoming tournaments. It's great to see that type of commitment. Brandon calls Millington, Michigan home, so keep an eye out for Brandon Warren at the local and regional arm wrestling events. He's got a new source of motivation and is clearly putting in the time to compete at his best. Zach Brown, standing at 5'11" and weighing around 190 pounds. Zach has a pretty unique way of describing his place in the arm wrestling world. He humorously states he's not the best arm wrestler in the world, but I'm between the great Bambino and the Colossus of Clout. Zach's interest in arm wrestling goes way back to his childhood, around the ages of 10 to 12 years old. His dad worked as a bouncer at the Boondocks Tavern, which hosted arm wrestling tournaments. Young Zach was always eager to go, but his dad kept him out. However, he did manage to sneak Zach in a couple of times to watch the action. The iconic movie Over the Top further fueled his passion for the sport. Despite his early love, it wasn't until about 5 years ago that Zach decided to actively pursue arm wrestling. He searched on Facebook and discovered a bar league series of tournaments. He managed to compete in the very first tournament at Rum Runners in Ravenna, where he went 1-2. It was there he met Daryl Ingersoll, who introduced him to the dojo, ran by Rod Sellers, which Zach considers at the official start of his arm wrestling journey. Since then, Zach has tasted victory winning the Bitely, Hesperia, Luther, and the Dead Bear tournaments, all in the 198-pound class. He's also secured a few second-place finishes. In the realm of Supermatches, he currently has a record of 0-2, having faced tough opponents like Paul Vertalka and Scott White. Outside of arm wrestling, Zach has a variety of interests. He enjoys steelhead fishing, deer and turkey hunting, working on his race car, and spending time at Thunderbird Raceway. He also likes to hang out with his cat, showing a softer side to this arm wrestler. Race Darga versus Shain Vasquez in a left-handed 176-pound matchup. Shain stands tall at 6 feet and weighs in around 185 pounds. He's no stranger to the table, been involved in arm wrestling for a solid 20 years. I'll bet with some periods of being on and off, his journey in the sport officially began back in 2005. Based out of Vandalia, Ohio, Shain has a rich training history. He spent many years learning and growing under the guidance of Eric Baldino before transitioning to his current training partner, Josh Koenig. This with Josh seems to be a significant driving force for Shain. Speaking of accomplishments, Shain is currently ranked an impressive 4th in the state of Ohio. Adding to his accolades, he proudly won the Masters National title last year, competing in the 172-pound weight class. When it comes to motivation, he credits his training partner, Josh Koenig, and his family. He emphasizes how Josh constantly pushes him to strive for more. Despite battling health issues over the past years, Shain's passion for the sport remains strong, and he expresses the gratitude for still being able to compete at a high level. Race Darga. We've got some insights into who Race is and what drives him in the sport. First off, Race is 24 years young and competes in the 176-pound weight class. His usual walk-around weight is about 185 pounds, showing he likely cuts a bit of weight to make his competition weight. Standing at 5'11", he's got a good frame for the sport. Race calls Swartz Creek home, but when it comes to honing his arm wrestling skills, you can find him putting in the work at the Too Strong For You club in Burton. For those in the Michigan area, that's a key spot to know for arm wrestling training on the east side of the state. What's really interesting is Race's journey into the sport. He actually started his lifting career with aspirations of becoming a bodybuilder. However, as often happens, passions can shift, and Race found himself falling out of love with bodybuilding and is completely captivated by the world of arm wrestling. It's a testament to the unique thrill and challenge that arm wrestling offers, drawing people in from different strength sport backgrounds. So keep an eye out for Race Darga in the 176-pound division. It sounds like he's got a solid foundation and a genuine passion for the sport. Sam Younglin versus Juan Mega. Let's talk about a towering figure in the Michigan arm wrestling scene. Sam Skyscraper Younglin, standing at an impressive 6'9" and weighing in around 240 pounds. Sam definitely lives up to his nickname. He calls Grand Blanc home and sharpens his skills at the renowned Too Strong For You Armwrestling Club. Sam's entry in the world of arm wrestling is a story many can relate to. He got into the sport in the COVID-19 pandemic, and it became a fantastic outlet for his competitive spirit and also provided a great motivation to stay in shape during those times. While Sam mentioned he hasn't competed extensively yet, that's all about to change. He's got clear plans to ramp up his competition schedule for this year, and that's exciting news for the Michigan arm wrestling community. Keep an eye out for the Skyscraper. He's got the build and the drive to make some noise at the table. Juan Mega. Let's talk about a multifaceted individual in the arm wrestling world. Juan Mega is not just a competitor on the table. He is a dedicated family man. He's a proud and newer father to a 1-year-old son and has a supportive wife by his side. At 26 years of age, Juan is making waves in more than just arm wrestling. Interestingly, Juan is highly ranked on a global scale in all styles of steel bending. This is an incredible feat of strength and dedication and speaks volumes about his overall power and mental fortitude. When it comes to arm wrestling, Juan proudly represents Eastsidearmclub. He's been honing his skills in the sport for a solid 3.5 years. Adding to his impressive strength profile, Juan is also ranked among the top 15 in the world for bending horseshoes. That's some serious grip and forearm power. Beyond his athletic achievements, Juan has also demonstrated incredible personal strength by overcoming challenges with alcoholism and depression. This is a journey of resilience, and recovery adds another layer of respect to his accomplishments both on and off the arm wrestling table. Juan Mega is clearly a force to be reckoned with physically and mentally. Shain versus Joey Brown in a best-of-5 right-handed match. We previously discussed Shain, so let's get to his opponent, Joey Brown. At 20 years of age, standing at a solid 6 foot tall and weighing in at 220 pounds, Joey Brown out of Chesterfield, Michigan is relatively new but clearly driven force, emerging in the Michigan arm wrestling scene. What's particularly interesting about Joey's entry into the sport is the pivotal role his friend Phoenix has played. It wasn't a lifelong passion that suddenly ignited. It was Phoenix who spotted the raw potential within him. A testament to Joey's natural physical gifts, perhaps, or an inherent competitive spirit that hadn't yet found its outlet. Having trained with Phoenix for just under a year, Joey's already immersed himself in the full spectrum of the sport. He speaks of the trials, errors, victories, and defeats with a maturity that suggests a rapid learning curve and a genuine appreciation for the journey. This willingness to embrace both the highs and lows is a hallmark of someone who is in the sport for the long haul. Coming from a background of team sports, Joey's embrace of the individual nature of arm wrestling highlights his adaptability and perhaps a desire to test himself in a different arena. Yet his inherent team mentality likely translates into a supportive and collaborative effort within his training circles. Make no mistakes, though, beneath the team-oriented exterior lies a fierce competitor. Joey readily admits his dislike for losing, and this fuels a relentless drive for improvement. This isn't just about winning, it's about the consistent pursuit of mastery, evidenced by his commitment to learning from every setback. What makes Joey particularly intriguing is his current conscious cultivation of an underdog mentality. He's flying under the radar. He seems to relish it, drawing strength from the doubt of others. This suggests a focused and perhaps even a strategic approach to his development. He's not seeking the spotlight, yet he's putting in the work. Joey's closing statement: if you love it, then you need to be willing to do whatever it takes to reach any and every goal that you set. Getting off the couch and let's get to work isn't just a motivational soundbite. It's likely his own dedication and intensity he brings to his training. In summary, Joey Brown is a young, powerful arm wrestler with a strong foundation built on the belief of a friend. A rapid immersion in the sports realities, a burning competitive fire, his embrace of the underdog role, and the dedication to hard work suggests that he's a name we might be hearing a lot more about in Michigan arm wrestling in the years to come. He's a silent storm brewing in Chesterfield. Brandy Bell Robinson versus Rain Piccola in the best-of-5 right-handed match. Rain Piccola is an arm wrestler with a solid decade of experience in the sport, currently weighing in at 165 pounds. Rain is clearly dedicated to training and honing her strength. Her training regimen includes sessions at 2 distinct locations: Matt's Redneck Barn on Thursdays with Matt Borden and crew, and with her father Dan Piccola on Sundays. This combination of training environments likely offers a diverse range of practice partners and styles, contributing to a well-rounded approach to the sport. Rain has achieved significant success in arm wrestling, having secured first-place finishes both at the national and state levels. These victories speak volumes about her skill, power, and competitive drive within the arm wrestling community. The fact that she has reached the top podium in such significant competition highlights her commitment and talent. While Rain took a break from the sport at some point, her current focus is evident in her hard training. This renewed dedication suggests a strong ambition to continue competing and achieving further success in arm wrestling. With her established track record and current commitment to training, Rain Piccola is likely a formidable force to be reckoned with in the arm wrestling arena. Brandy Bell Robinson's involvement in arm wrestling began in the fall of 2021, coinciding with her brother Jerry Bell's establishment of a local arm wrestling club known as Too Strong for You. This marked the start of her journey in the sport. Soon after, she launched BBR Creations. Initially focused on producing shirts for her brother's club, her business quickly expanded to designing and creating apparel for arm wrestling clubs and events throughout the United States. Notably, BBR Creations is also the source of the ChrisHazelton arm wrestling shirts. Outside of her arm wrestling pursuits, Brandy is busy managing her small business, homeschooling her 8-year-old son, and engaging in various making and repairing projects. Her aspiration is to compete at the World Championships, where she hopes to test her skill against competitors in her weight category. Mike Innes versus David Cox in a right-handed match. Hailing from Milford, Ohio, Innes is a formidable presence in the arm wrestling world. At 26 years of age, his towering 6'5" frame carries an impressive 350 pounds of raw power, undoubtedly making him a challenging opponent at any table. Beyond the intensity of competition, Mike demonstrates an entrepreneurial spirit as the owner of Deluxe Fencing LLC. This blend of athletic prowess and business acumen suggests a driven and multifaceted individual. David Cox is a seasoned arm wrestler with a long history in the sport, standing at 5'10" and weighing in at 370 pounds. David has been around arm wrestling his whole life. He began seriously competing around 2014, crediting Roger Canningham with pushing him and others to improve. After facing elbow issues in 2018, David took a break from competition. However, his passion for the sport drew him back in 2023, and he's been enjoying the competitive atmosphere ever since. Since his return, David has already achieved a significant goal by winning his first gorilla at the Michigan State Arm Wrestling Championship. Looking ahead, he has his sights set on new milestones, with winning a championship belt being his top priority, as well as being ranked number 1 on the rankings list in Michigan. Dan Piccola versus Jacob Kretzmer in a left-handed matchup at 154 pounds. Dan Piccola's involvement in the sport of arm wrestling started in 1986 when he entered his first tournament. Following the initial beginning into competitive arm wrestling, a notable achievement in his career was securing a national championship. Furthermore, in a significant number of the tournaments in which he has taken part over the years, Dan has frequently placed within the top 3. Jacob Kretzmer, at Jacob's very first tournament, which took place at a spot called the Buckshot Bar, he actually had a match against Dan. Kretzmer recalled that Dan was a bit of a tough opponent. Remember being a bit of a bully to the newcomer. Now let's fast forward to present day. Jacob has seriously been dedicated to his training, specifically focusing on his left arm. He's been consistently working on it since January, and importantly, he's managed to stay injury-free during this time. That kind of consistent effort is crucial for making progress in any strength sport. If you're interested in seeing how his left arm training has been going, you can actually follow his journey and see the progress on the Mega Arms YouTube page. It's a great way to witness the dedication and hard work that goes into improving in arm wrestling. Anthony Gravedigger Swanson versus Eric Sabota in the best of 5 left-handed title match. Anthony Gravedigger Swanson has publicly acknowledged Eric, expressing gratitude for Eric's acceptance of this match. Swanson also addressed his performance in a previous competition, stating that he was not happy with his last showing and that he had plans to improve. Furthermore, Swanson wants to extend thanks to Jerry Bell for facilitating the arrangements of the match. He noted that Jerry set up the match with the understanding that Swanson would do his best to train hard and win. Eric Sabota is a 28-year-old arm wrestler with a deep connection to the outdoors, standing at 5'11" and typically competing at 154 pounds, although he walks around 165 to 170. Eric is an avid outdoorsman with a passion for hunting, trapping, and fishing that started at a young age. He's been fishing since he was 3. He began trapping at 13, catching animals like coyotes, foxes, beaver, muskrats, and mink, and even enjoys shark fishing off the beach in the Gulf. Eric's arm wrestling journey began with a group called Southern Michigan Arms. For his first 2 years of competition, he pulled at 176 pounds. A significant turning point came during a year and a half he spent in Louisiana. There were just a couple of months before returning home, he had a memorable match with Jake Kretzmer, which he won. Since that victory, Eric boasts an undefeated record in Supermatches and is currently ranked 4th in the 154-pound right-handed category. In his home state of Michigan, Eric is a reigning number 1 left-handed arm wrestler at 154 pounds and holds the Club Warz 154-pound belt, where he remains undefeated. While he secured a second-place finish at the Louisiana State Tournament, Eric's competitive focus in the 154-pound weight class has primarily been within the Club Warz organization. Kelly Bills versus Paige Williams for the Club Warz Women's Right-Handed Championship. Paige Williams, a 37-year-old arm wrestler standing at 5'7", hails from Livonia, Michigan. Her journey in the sport began in 2019 while she was living in Phoenix, Arizona. It was there she had the valuable opportunity to train with some of the most skilled arms in the arm wrestling world. Living in the Western United States provided Paige with easier access to a wide range of tournaments. She enthusiastically took advantage of this, traveling to compete in California, Nevada, Utah, Wyoming, and Texas. These experiences proved invaluable, allowing her to test her grip against competitors from across the country and connect with many remarkable individuals within the sport. Since her return to Michigan in 2023, Paige has found travel for competitions more challenging due to the demands of work and family. However, she had the distinct honor of participating in the North American Women's Invitational in Tennessee last May, where she achieved a respectable 5th place. Looking ahead, Paige's ambitions remain firmly set on expanding her trophy collection with more gold. She is particularly eager to add more golden gorillas to her existing 2021 victory. Furthermore, she has her sights set on claiming IFA gold medals to complement the 2 silver medals she earned in 2021. Finally, Paige is determined to secure both of the coveted Club Warz belts. At 36 years old, standing 5'3" and competing at 160 pounds, Kelly Bills demonstrates that incredible strength comes in dedicated packages. She's a dominant force within the Too Strong For You Armwrestling Club, holding prestigious women's belts for both the left and right hand. These club belts represent performance and mastery within their competitive environment. Adding to her collection of titles, she also possesses the OGP right-handed women's title, which by its very name suggests a reputation for toughness and resilience at the table. Kelly's success isn't confined to her club. She also made her mark at the state level. Her collection of gold, silver, and bronze gorillas from the Michigan State Arm Wrestling Championship signifies her repeated top 3 finishes and consistent high-level performance against the state's best. Looking ahead, the excitement is building as Kelly is set to defend her Too Strong For You right-handed belt against Paige at the upcoming Club Warz event. This title defense will undoubtedly be a test of skill and preparation, and it's clear Kelly is focused on retaining that hardware. Kelly has seamlessly integrated her high-level athletic pursuits with a rich and demanding personal life. Alongside her husband Darian, she co-owns and operates Marketplace Pet Supplies in Clarkston, Michigan, a significant undertaking that requires dedication and hard work. On top of running a business, they also make the conscious decision to homeschool their 3 teenagers, investing deeply in their children's education and development. Her involvement into her children's passions is just as significant as her own in arm wrestling. She's actively engaged in the world of Irish dance, attending numerous Irish festivals with her daughters Anna Marie and Delaney, who train with the Michigan Irish Dance Academy. This adds a dimension to her life simultaneously. Their son Levi is an accomplished wrestler, and a good portion of her time is spent traveling to support him in his various tournaments. Jogging the demands of being a business owner, a homeschooling parent, and actively supporting your children's varied activities while still training at a high level for arm wrestling is a testament to Kelly's incredible discipline and time management. Despite this packed schedule, her focus on arm wrestling remains sharp. She's been putting in the hard work in the gym and getting crucial table time, along with her sights set firmly on Club Warz and her goal of bringing that belt back home. Kelly Bills is a powerful competitor and an inspiring example of balancing multiple passions and responsibilities. Brett Kupkov versus Steven Perez. Brett Kupkov is an auto mechanic by trade and has been making significant strides in the arm wrestling world over the past year and a half. His dedication and progress were evident when he secured 3rd place at the Michigan State Arm Wrestling Championships. Notably, since that competition, Brett has already defeated the individual who placed 2nd, showcasing his continued improvement. Brett's capabilities are further highlighted by his victories over arm wrestlers ranked 1 through 5 in the 242-pound weight class. This impressive track record has led to an exciting challenge. He has been asked to face the number 1 super heavyweight in the state, a match that also carries the weight of competing for the number 2 overall ranking in Michigan. Brett credits his consistent gains and strength to his training at the Redneck Bar. A key element to his training regimen is his training partnership with Roger Cangingham, who Brett considers the best and strongest arm wrestler in Michigan. He values their training sessions immensely, recognizing how Roger pushes him to become a better competitor. Beyond the table, Brett deeply admires Matt Bard, who has become a hero and a father figure to him, providing significant support and guidance. He also holds myself in high regard, considering me a great friend and a mentor. I don't know why, but whatever. Family is also essential to Brett's life as a dedicated family man with 3 children, ages 4, 7, and 8. He acknowledges that the demands of chasing after his kids can sometimes present challenges to his arm wrestling training. Looking forward to his upcoming match, Brett holds Steve Perez in high esteem, recognizing him as one of the strongest arm wrestlers in the state. He anticipates a difficult and challenging match. For Steve Perez, the arm wrestling journey officially marked its 3rd year this past January, signifying a growing dedication to the sport. His immediate goals are focused on the upcoming Michigan State Championships, where he is determined to make the 242-pound weight class. Steve has a sight set on facing and defeating notable competitors Roger Cunningham, and should he return to competition this year, Dave Shain. His ambition is clear. If he claims the top spot in Michigan, he wants to undeniably be his. Looking beyond, Steve intends to begin accumulating state and national titles with the ultimate aim of climbing the national rankings within the 242-pound weight division. His passion for arm wrestling is evident as he deeply appreciates the camaraderie, the thrill of competition, and the unexpected motivation the sport has provided him to improve his overall fitness. On the left side, Steve is definitely game to defend his OGP belt in a rematch against myself. He also expresses a strong desire to secure victories against other formidable left-handed pullers in Michigan, whom he has yet to defeat. For Steve, earning the top position means facing all challengers. Openly invites anyone in Michigan to challenge him on either arm, stating he will accept immediately. The only instances he would decline for a match if the opponent cites a lack of freshness or is recovering from an injury, emphasizing his preference to compete against his opponents at their absolute strongest, leaving no room for excuses. This principle of taking responsibility and owning one's performance at the table is one of Steve's biggest values within the sport. I would once again like to thank those that support ChrisHazelton Arm Wrestling, as well as episodes of The Pin Down, Snap Fitness in Coopersville, Ionia, and Grand Rapids. Coopersville is my home gym, and that's where you can find me when I'm not on the table. Gripzilla, find them online at gripzilla.co. I use their arm wrestling handles every time I'm at the gym. Johnny Ortiz, better known as Johnny O, a Marine veteran. If you're looking for an announcer for your next event, find Johnny O on Facebook. I'm Chris Hazelton. Thank you for watching another episode of The Pin Down.